Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube video. My name is Sarah. If you don't know me, I have been living in Hong Kong for over 7 years. I'm originally from Kazakhstan. I worked here, I studied here, and now I'm a content creator, so welcome. Actually, this is the first time that I'm creating long content like this, so I'm very excited and a little bit nervous because I've never tried to do anything like this. So if you like this video, if you like this format, please leave a comment. Let me know down below what you think, and if you agree or disagree with anything that I say today, I would also be very happy to hear your feedback. So let's get started. In this podcast, I'm going to talk about life in Hong Kong and how to make the most out of your life. Living in Hong Kong, I had my ups and downs. There were moments where I absolutely hated the city and I wanted to move out elsewhere, just not to live here. Of course, there are moments where I absolutely love the city and I can't even imagine living elsewhere. And I'm pretty sure that most of you had experienced the same feelings. Living in a big city is very challenging, but it's also very fun. And today, I will tell you how to be a main character in a big city. There is a lot of competition in big cities. For example, if you're applying for a job, there may be tens, hundreds, and thousands of applicants who probably receive the same degree, have the same set of skills, and you may feel like you are running behind, you're not good enough. So how to really see the good side in all of those small downsides and how to turn it into your benefit? The first advice that I would suggest is to think of a big city as a big opportunity. In the big city, there are a lot of networking opportunities. Try to find something that is of your interest. For example, if you're into art, there are many art galleries, pop-up art galleries that open every once in a while. You can always check that out. If you're into chatting with people, there are a lot of community events which you can easily find by, for example, Googling Hong Kong events or following bloggers who normally go to such events. Even if you think that you don't have any interest, you can still attend community events and get a chance to meet with very interesting people from different backgrounds. Because when you start talking to the people from different backgrounds, you really start understanding how different we all are. You start thinking about yourself and you start understanding that actually you're important too. You are unique. You're not like others. And that's how you really boost yourself. You boost your self-confidence. You push yourself out of your comfort zone, and as an advantage, you also get to meet all of the wonderful people who are probably also experiencing the same thing. They are probably also lost in a big city. That's why they're going out and they're trying to meet people like you. So definitely try to be more sociable, try to socialize. I know that living in Hong Kong, even I feel that very often, I just want to stay at home after a very busy week of working. Particularly, I get to talk to a lot of people on a daily basis. That's why when it comes to the weekend, I just want to stay home. I don't want to go out. But I know that in the long-term plan, this is not going to do me well. If I just stay home, if I don't socialize, if I don't meet new people, I will miss all of the new opportunities. I would miss my partnership opportunities. I wouldn't know what other people with the same interests like me are facing. So once I started doing content creation, I actually was invited, and I still am invited to many different content creation events. Some of them are influencers only, so I get to meet people of the same interests. I get to meet people who also do content creation, and then I can really talk to them. And I actually noticed that once I started talking to them, I learned so many things that I didn't know about my own profession. For example, when I meet with other content creators and I get to talk to them and I ask them, oh, what tools do you use to make your videos better? What kind of equipment do you use? And they're very transparent. They like to share their own experience. And that's how, through talking with them, I don't just develop this sense of belonging to this particular group of people. I also help myself to grow better professionally because my videos become better, I take their advice, and so on and so on. So it's not just about content creation, of course. If you have different interests, try to put yourself out there, try to meet people with the same interests, and you'll notice that not only you will start feeling yourself better, you can also actually improve your skills. Recently, I saw a very interesting video on Instagram. Basically, what they did is they had a spinner, and then they just let that spinner spin on its own. And then they had other spinners which were spinning way faster than that first spinner. And once that first spinner actually started bumping into other spinners that were spinning faster, that initial spinner also started spinning faster than before. I felt like I said the word spinner too much, but what is the moral of this video? What is the idea behind this video? It's not just to show the basic rule of physics, but it really is meant to show how interacting with others who are maybe even better in something than you are would also make you feel better. Think about the people that surround you. Are they just simply your colleagues, your childhood friends, maybe people that you study together? Do you have any friends that share the same interests with you? Do you have people who has hobbies? Do you have people who are very successful, who maybe make more money than you do? They maybe have their own business. Once you start getting this kind of people and put them into your circle, you will notice how subconsciously you will also start thinking like them. You will also start striving for something better. And this is just simple human psychology. Once we see someone doing something, we also, and if that person is doing something good and we see that it's good for them, we also subconsciously want that for ourselves, because of course we're all selfish. We want the best for our own good. That's why I always try to find new friends who are better than me. Maybe in terms of content creation, they have more followers. Maybe they already have their own business, so they make more money. All these things that I have not yet achieved, I try to see what these people do differently, what kind of lifestyle do they have. And once you start having more people like that around you, you are just like that spinner, becoming faster and better in what you do. You're becoming happier. So my second advice would actually be polar opposite of my first advice, is to slow down. Everyone needs a balance in their lives. It cannot always be black and white. Sometimes I see some people, again on my Instagram, or people that I know of, who are very, very active. So they're so active that every day they go for a new hike, then they go party, they have a lot of friends, they have another event, they have a job. Like, it's a lot. I understand that. So once we see people like that, we also start thinking that we are not doing it good enough. We have to do more. But it also can lead to a burnout. So actually, for those of you who live in Hong Kong, we are very, very lucky, because Hong Kong is not all about movement and action. It also is about quietness. There are many parks, many hikes that we can visit, and it's all within 10, 20, 30 minutes from any distance. And even if you don't want to go out and if you don't want to explore, that's okay. Stay home. Once you get used to this quietness, you will actually crave for a little bit of loudness. Once you are calm and once you are recharged, you would actually feel much better going out there, meeting new people, going to the events, and so on and so on. So my third tip is to be a tourist in your own city, whether it's Hong Kong or not. So I came to Hong Kong 7 years ago, and I still remember how amazed I was. There are so many new things for me to explore. There were so many things that I've never heard about before. All of the hikes, all of the amazing places, all of the new restaurants that I visited. I remember the first years of my life in Hong Kong to be very vivid, and I really, really, truly enjoyed being a student here. However, once I graduated and I started working from 9 to 5, 5 days a week, of course, during the weekends, I didn't really want to go out anymore. My life became a little boring because I wasn't randomly exploring the city on a Tuesday afternoon like I used to. So this is a big mistake. Once people start working and once people are more used to the city where they live, they stop thinking of the city as something great, as something amazing. Even though so many people, so many tourists come to Hong Kong, we, the locals, I know you may say I'm not a local, but I've been living here for 7 years, we really tend to forget about all the amazing things that the city has to offer. I know, so I'm from Kazakhstan, and actually know a lot of Kazakh people who live in Almaty, that's the city I'm from, and they've never even been to the mountains. We have such amazing mountains that you can visit during the winter time or summertime, have a picnic. But half of the population, they probably have never been there because they just forget about the city where they live. They don't really take it as a city, they take it as their routine, and they forget to be tourists. So once you become curious about your city, you really have that flame, your passion inside of you that will keep you from being bored, that will keep you from hating the city. That's why my advice is to, well, you may follow some bloggers who explore Hong Kong and they always constantly share about hidden gems. Thanks to Instagram, we have a lot of bloggers who do that. Maybe you can just open Google again and search for some interesting places to go to. So you just should be curious about your city. Tip number 4 is to practice mindfulness. I know that a lot of people right now talk about mindfulness and how important it is, but it is actually very, very important to be mindful about the moment that we're at. Honestly, for me, it feels like my 7 years in Hong Kong passed in a blink of an eye. Most of the moments I wasn't really mindful, but it really is important to, again, slow down, think about the moment where you're at, be very grateful for everything, for all of the actions that you've taken ever since your birth that led you to this moment, to your life in this busy city. Very good example actually could be the old people of Hong Kong. Surprisingly, if you go out at 5 a.m. in the morning and then you go and to your closest park, you would actually be surprised because there will be a lot of old people doing Tai Chi, which is a traditional Chinese exercises, I would say, and they're full of mindfulness, full of control of your own breath. And I really admire those old people for waking up early and going out while the city is still very quiet, while you can feel and set the mood for your entire day. So if that's not something you want to do, it's still fine. I guess just taking 5-10 minutes out of your day to listen to some calming music, to be grateful, think about what happened today. It will really help you to feel less burnt out living in a busy city like Hong Kong. My tip number 5 and my last tip, also my favorite one, is don't afraid to leave everything behind for a while. What I'm talking about is don't forget to leave Hong Kong for a bit, even if you want to go somewhere like maybe Shenzhen or Macau, something closer than that, it's still fine. We start really truly appreciating something once we leave it behind and once it's gone, right? This is just a human psychology. Whenever I go back home, I always am very, very excited to go back home. I love meeting my family. I really love Kazakhstan. Another thing that I'm talking about, right? I left Kazakhstan behind and now I'm very, very happy to go back there because now I understand what I lost and started only appreciating it once I moved out of Kazakhstan. So here it will work the same way. Once you leave Hong Kong, even for a bit, you would actually notice that you start missing and comparing the new places to your hometown. So probably you would be missing a lot of things like transportation, because Hong Kong has very, very convenient, probably one of the world's best transportation systems. And while being away, you would really understand how much you love Hong Kong, how many of those things that you normally don't notice actually make your life better here. It will really help you to look at the things differently. For example, you may be taking MTR every day and you may be annoyed at how many people you have to share it with, and that people in the morning, they're probably not in their best mood. That's why you are very annoyed and you don't want to take it anymore. However, maybe you will look at the things differently going somewhere with less convenient transportation. For example, when I went back to Kazakhstan, I was thinking how much I hate buses there because I don't even want to go there. So I really started appreciating how convenient it is to be in Hong Kong, how I can easily get from one spot to another in less than 20 minutes. That's why don't be afraid to leave. It is still fine as long as it helps you. After COVID, I was very, very happy that I could finally travel, and I'm pretty sure you did too. So these are my tips for living in Hong Kong, how to make the most out of your life here. I hope you like this video. Let me know what you think of it. Do you like the length? Do you want me to make it shorter or longer? Do you disagree with any points, or maybe you have something else to add? Please let me know in the comments. I'll be very, very happy to see your feedback. I am really, really anxious, and I hope everyone liked this video. If not, it's still fine. Let me know what things I need to improve next time. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It would mean a lot to me. If you're coming from my YouTube to my Instagram, also let me know. Just DM me, tell me, hey, I'm coming from your podcast. I'll be very happy to see you. And I hope you really enjoy your life in Hong Kong or elsewhere. Bye bye.